you've authored several books, you understand about communication so well. Do you think that India communicated properly to the world, effectively? Because there are many who feel that Pakistan is always one step ahead of India as far as communication is concerned. They bombard the airwaves with their point of view. They did that in earlier operations as well. And even here, they were more proactive, whereas India is hesitant in admitting there's this strategic ambiguity. You were asking me whether we know more on the ground. Believe me, it was very hard to get information. There were regular press interactions, yes, but India has always been a little resistant when it comes to sharing of information during active operations, and one saw that happening this time too. Is that beneficial? Do you think that worked this time, or does India need to get its act together? It needs to better its act.
Yeah, it's a great question. It was a big part of my study and continues to be, is that kind of the narrative warfare, the information operations, as we call it, aspect. Of course, India, everybody can always do something better. But I view, and this is what part of my study will be, how many times did India communicate? What did they communicate? And the fact that it is unique as somebody who studies war for a military to have a press conference with that level of intelligence revealed, as in the videos, the satellite imagery, the exact locations. Of course, democracies want 100% transparency for operational security. For other reasons, there's reasons why you can't have 100% clarity. On the Pakistan side, you saw trying to put out information with zero evidence, and you saw, like, social media that I live in, people eating them alive, basically meme warfare and things because of the statements they were making without the credibility. But you did have international media believing some of the lies, and to where which is really unique and part of my study is how did the story of supposedly knocking down so many Indian aircraft become such a global story when that's like the trees through the woods. I mean, it has. There's so many reasons why that would happen, and it has nothing. There's a much larger story here of military dominance, strategic change in approach, so many other stories. So there's lessons here for the information operations. You're right. I believe that India navigated that very uniquely, and part of my study is how much they communicated and what did they show. You always want to keep things internal, of course. There are lessons you want to learn within yourselves, but the ideal that India would have 100% transport. I don't work in the media, so I would understand why media would be frustrated. But I've worked in other parts of the world where there is zero communication, and I mean zero, which makes it even harder to, even in democracy, to say, well, what's happening? What's going on? It's a fine line to balance. Of course, there's lessons there to be learning, like fighting. When you see a story going viral, you have to fight that. And that's an issue with governments really are challenged that they want to be proactive, not reactive, but you have to do both.
Do subscribe to the ANI Clips channel to get shorter versions of this podcast. Click here to watch the full episode.